Hey guys, it's Levi Gates and welcome to DETALKS. Today with me in the lawn chairs, Mr. Dylan von Kleist of Rupes. What's going on, dude?
Good, man. I'm comfortable. I like the relaxed
This
DETALKS.
was a great idea. Thank
Really
you
was.
for sending these chairs up here so we could do this.
Just need a little sand and a fruity drink with an umbrella in it. We'd be really, really
Got our
doing
cups, but you know.
Yeah, it'll have to do.
We've got some compounds and polishes right here.
What the?
You never know.
Well, okay.
Might
These
get
are
sunburned.
very bright studio lights.
So, we're going to get into this one. So, as some of you have seen, Dylan's actually an accomplished author, many topics.
Yeah, that's what it is, right?
Your home has
all it
many
takes,
leather-bound books.
Yeah, it smells of rich mahogany.
Yes. But he's written a bunch of different articles, almost an essay on the industry, things that we have kind of seen. And one of my favorites is the $50 detail.
Yeah.
Because I came from a shop that, before I opened my own shop, that was very into, it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're not gonna spend money on this, we're not gonna spend money on this, we're not gonna do this, and we're gonna keep our prices at the same level. And our quality's good enough, we don't need to use anything else. We don't need to do this. Why would we spend money on it? Why would we spend?
Why get better?
Why get better?
Just get cheaper, right?
Right. So then I opened my own shop and I got some stuff and I thought, you know, I kind of want to try this and I want to kind of use this. And why can't I use a Rupes polisher? Why can't I use high-end microfiber? Why can't I do that? Why can't I include those? Technically, as a businessman, you incur those costs, you include those costs in your pricing.
It's pretty simple.
And you raise your prices to cover it, so then it's not a big hit.
Yeah.
But people can't seem to.
No, and it's
figure that out.
all these things that I write. I never expected them to kind of get as popular as they are, and it's really funny because like it's weird. You know, I've been in videos for a long time, been in the business for a long time, but more recently, it's like, dude, I read your article. I'm like, well, people actually read. First of all, that's incredible because I thought YouTube was the only means of communication anymore.
That's how I do it. I get all my
and
news
here we
from
are
YouTube.
doing a video. But everything I write really comes from the fact that, like you, I'm immersed in the industry pretty much 100% of the time. You know, it's, you know, I'm on social media or I'm actually at work or whatever it is, but I'm engaged in it and discussions come up. And we do spend a lot of time as, you know, industry guys talking about the technical aspects, technique, and this is how, and this product does this, and this does this. But I see a bigger thing in that there's kind of the social issues of detailing, and that's what really kind of gets my attention because it's probably the least addressed. There's a lot of complaining about how guys are in the industry, but there's never anybody kind of points it out and says, here's what we should be doing. And so it's kind of the approach I took.
Yeah.
And literally that article started because I was in a discussion group and a guy, and I don't even remember who it was. This isn't a call out to anybody, but in one post, he's complaining about how there's a guy down the street who's charging only $50 for a quote unquote full detail.
Right. And we all have them.
Yeah, and those are everywhere. But then no more than a day later in that same exact private group, he posts, hey, I'm looking for a guy to design me a website really cheap.
Yeah.
I go, wait a second. You can't have it both ways. And you deal with this here at the Rad Company. We don't sell direct to the end user, but we deal with it to some extent at Rupes. It's, you know, you cannot complain about the guy who is down the street doing cheap work or cheaper than you, and then try and be that same guy when you're doing your purchasing.
Right.
You know, there's a phrase I put in that article is, you know, price is what you pay, value is what you get for your money.
Right.
So there's a decision to be made there, and more power to the $50 guy. He's, you know, maybe he's classifying his work wrong. It's probably not a detail.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Yep.
He's not doing a detail. Really, I don't think detailing has been defined properly.
No, and a full detail is very different.
But he's doing what he's doing. I don't think he's worried about what the more expensive guys are charging.
Right.
And so you basically worry about your own shop, worry about your own prices, and don't turn around and do the same thing in other industries. Don't do it to your suppliers. Don't go and buy the cheapest possible thing because it's cheap. Buy it because it's the right thing. Not necessarily even buy the most expensive. Don't buy a product for more money than you can get it elsewhere, but buy things based on their value, not on their price.
Right. Yeah, and I've seen that a lot where guys will look at like we get it a lot of times. People go, why do I got to spend that money on that towel? I can just go to so-and-so and get them for this much. Yeah. Well, we provide a wholesale site so that people can purchase bulk quantities because, like most businesses, you want to try and save money anyways,
Yeah.
but we're still going to provide you a quality microfiber, high quality microfiber at a great price. Yes, you're going to have to buy 100 of them.
Yes.
That's the best way I can get you a good deal.
Yeah.
But if you look at it from the standpoint of like, I'm going to invest this money into my business and I'm going to get this back as a return, which is the proper way you should be looking at things. Same way if you're going to spend the money on a new polisher and they're looking at it go like, man, $400, can't do that. I'm going to get one of these Chinese ones for 200.
Yeah.
Well, that Chinese one's going to break. You're going to be without that source of revenue. You're going to have issues finding parts, replacing things, or whatever's going to happen. Usually when you buy the cheaper product, it doesn't always work out. It actually harms your business even more.
Yeah.
When if you get a nicer polisher, you spend the right money on it, you look at it as an investment. And I was crazy. I used to break things down by the minute almost on what a machine was going to get, how many hours I planned to get out of it, how many hours it was going to put in. I'd break down the cost and I'd go, if I can get this machine to last a year with 60 hours a week on it, I'm going to do pretty good because that machine's only going to cost me, for instance, it's going to cost me 10 cents a minute to run it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a penny a minute to run it.
Yeah.
I'd break it out and then I go, that's pretty good. We paid $500 for something. It's run perfect for 3 years.
Yeah.
Then it's made us this much money. It's been utilized to do this.
Well, and the other thing that gets overlooked too is, I get it. Money's money, and you have to control your costs in your business. You have overhead, and you've got to be profitable.
That's not what you're saying.
Yeah, nobody's saying, "Oh yeah, buy the most expensive stuff because
Right.
that's the best." That's again, it's not about price; it's about value. And what you don't get when you buy, and it's not just polishers. It makes me seem as if I'm biased because I work for a polisher company,
Right.
but it's an easy example. But you buy the cheap polisher, that company that's private labeling that thing like 100 other guys are. They're not running around the country training you. They're not providing support. They're not doing their repairs. They're not doing any of the things that we do that all carry overhead. The reason that you pay a little bit more for a product that has all that support is because we have to have employees that do those things.
Yep.
Much like you guys do here. You've got people that need to pack and ship orders that are inspecting every towel before it gets put into a bag to ship to a customer. Sure, you could probably go buy a really, really cheap towel somewhere. And if you have a problem with it,
good luck getting it back.
Who are you going to call, and are you going to get the money back, or are they going to try and make it right for you? So that's a big piece of, the pie when you're talking about pricing is the company that's behind it, just like your shop.
That's going to help you.
You're trying to make money to keep your detail shop open. The vendors are trying to make money as well. Well, if they add all these value-added services for you,
right.
and you aren't willing to pay the price, they're not going to innovate new technology. There's not going to be money for R&D. There's not going to be money for new product research and kind of pushing that next thing out to market. There's not going to be money for that support. There's not going to be money for warranties and repairs and all those things. So, and at the end of the day, the thing like a polisher drives me crazy is I'm like you. I would crunch the numbers and go, okay, it's expense. I'm going to sink this in. But we're talking about what guys can get now for corrections and coatings and things. To gripe over the difference of a couple $100 when you realize that by the first job that tool has already paid for itself.
Exactly.
It's really kind of seems like a moot point,
Yep. Well, and it even goes back to something even as simple or as small as the detailer's helper belt.
Yeah.
A lot of guys look at it and go, whoa, I'm not going to pay that for a belt.
It's a belt.
And but at the same time, there are guys that's their coffee addiction in the morning.
Yeah.
That's or not even coffee. I have new guys that 2 rock stars.
Oh yeah.
Before they even make it to work, and and 2 packs, a pack of smokes, and you're like, man, that's even if you just took that money,
and you
could buy a belt for a week to help you make more money.
Shout out to Kevin Davis.
What's up, buddy? And you could, but it's seeing that same process. Yeah. It's a tool that's going to be used to help you make money.
Yeah.
So I don't see the problem.
You're not running back and forth to a cart. You've got your stuff on you, and you're more efficient. You get through that job, even if it saved you. Kevin has the data, but if it even saved you 5 minutes for every job.
Yeah.
You said, okay, I say 5 minutes a day in the course of a 5-day work week. If you took weekends off, detailers don't take weekends off, but if you did, that's 25 minutes of savings that you've got over the course of a week. Well, add that up over the course of a month and a year, and how much time? How many more cars can you do? How many more things can you fit in, or how much earlier can you get home to your family?
Yep.
If you save that time. And I think it's insane. It's like, well, but I'm not paying that much for a belt. okay, it's not, you're not buying the belt, you're buying what the belt will do for you.
Right, exactly. And that's, and the same instance of going right back to the other guys that are like, man, there's not enough hours in the day, I can't get my job done. It just takes too long. Well, are you working? Mm-hmm. You actually nose to the grindstone, mm-hmm. hands in the car, searching for French fries? Or are you hanging out behind your shop, having your 10th cigarette, and on Facebook, and your second Monster or Rockstar, and you're on Facebook, and you've been doing that for 30 minutes every hour and a half. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, you've been out there 5 times, half-hour breaks on each one of those. It's 2.5 hours that just disappeared from your workday.
Yep.
I've got guys that would literally come in, work, get it done, and use every single ounce of their time while they were there to make as much money as they could. Mm-hmm. And they were the ones that grabbed the detailer's helper belt, used the right polisher, used the right towels, because they saw it as an efficiency, saw it as something to help them make money, saw it as like, I'm here to make money, and I've got a new car that I want to buy, or we've got a vacation so-and-so and my wife and I want to go on, and this is how I make my livelihood, and I need these things. Yep. And then they would be the ones that would come to me as the manager and owner of the company and go, hey, machine's broken. Need you to get that fixed, like right now. And I'd be like, well, let me finish it. And they're like, I need that. I'm in the middle of, you've got about an hour to fix it. It needs new brushes put in it. Yeah. Like, all right. Yep. But that was my job. I had to make sure things were running right.
And then all things stop at that point so you could do that one task.
Yeah. But it was the fact that, once I introduced these things to my guys, they understood it, they realized it. Mm-hmm. And the whole goal of this is to try and introduce you all to it, that you need to elevate your business and look at how you're spending your money, what you need to be spending your money on, and doing it the right, smart way.
Absolutely.
And not, you're always going to have the guy for $50 down the street. That's going to happen. That's always going to be there. You can't fight against it. You don't need to compete against it, because
exist on another level.
Exactly.
Find a different niche. And every market's different, but there is a niche that you can occupy that guy doesn't.
Yeah.
There's services you can provide that he doesn't. It's trying to be a socially and ethically conscious community of detailers. It doesn't just limited to the suppliers in the industry. If you're looking for web design, pay a guy who's a professional web designer. Right. I mean, there are ones that work for reasonable prices, and then there's ones that are just, some hack. The hacks exist in more industries than detailing.
Exactly.
Some hack working out of, his garage that, he's just no formal training. He's going to build you an okay website. Well, how do you think the guy who went to school to learn how to build websites feels that you chose that guy? It's the same way you feel when somebody chooses that $50 detailer over you for a quote-unquote full detail.
Exactly.
You're going to get a crappy website, they're going to get a crappy detail, and it's the exact same scenario.
And it goes right back to that, where you still got to have website support. You may want to add features like, maybe you want people to be able to book an appointment online, or you want to be able to buy or sell things, create a website. Like, they're expensive for a reason. Yeah. They provide services. Yeah.
And somebody took the time to learn how to do it. You're paying for that service the same way somebody pays you to do something they don't know how to do, which is detailing. So it all goes in a circle. I mean, and we can't ignore the fact that the number of us complain about that side of our own business, but then completely support that type of activity in every business that supports us, insurance and guys that shoot videos, and I want really killer photography and video work for all my work, but I'm only going to pay this much. It's like, well, the guy who went to school to learn to be a photographer or videographer really doesn't like that you just hired some random guy who bought his first DSLR last week and has kind of watched YouTube videos to learn how to do it. It's about being. You got to be honest with yourself. If you're going to complain about that in your own business, you cannot perpetuate it in another. If you don't complain about the $50 guy down the street, then good, go for it. Go buy all the cheapest stuff you can. Be price conscious and super hyper conscious of everything you pay for. And I want it cheaper. I don't care about better. But there's not many guys like that I'm aware of.
No, and the way the market changes and the way the detailing industry changes more, I feel as the young crowd comes in, we're going to be seeing more of the $50 ones, but as elder statesmen like we are,
old,
seem to we want to try and to those of you out there, at the same time, yes, guys starting out with the budget, it's hard to negotiate it, but you invest in the right quality products, tools, and equipment.
Buy right or buy twice.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's basically what it is. You buy the right stuff, and it will help you. And so many guys are just so scared of that, and it's not scary. Like, get your stuff, buy the right products, learn how to handle your equipment and everything that you've got, and it just works out.
Yep.
And it makes it nice, and you'll be better off for it. And then it goes right back to education. Our goal here is to just educate. We want to help you guys succeed, and this is just one of the ways that we can do that. So,
good talk, brother.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
And if you want to learn more about Rupes, check out rupes.com. Check out Dylan on Facebook. Leave some comments below. Subscribe to the channel to continue to watch more DETALKS right here on the Rag Company YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.